Welcome to US Classic Muscle Cars. Enjoy the next video.
So, I can't let you know, my husband, I don't want him to hear this, but when I drive it, I'm telling you, I can fishtail like nobody's business in this vehicle. It is awesome. I love it. Don't tell him, please, okay?
Hi, my name is Tom. This is a 1956 Austin Healey 100M Roadster that I share with my wife, Kathy. We've owned this car about 20 years. I first got attracted to Austin Healey when I was a much younger man, was really attracted to the lines and the style of the vehicle. And it's one of those cars you just kind of always lusted after, that I hoped that when I got older I'd be able to afford one. And roughly 20 years ago we found this one on the East Coast. It had been restored in the early 1990s, and since we've had the car, we've done a number of updates to kind of bring it back to originality. Upholstery, some of the bright work, engine rebuild, and so forth. So the Austin Healey Motor Company was one of several car companies that a gentleman by the name of Donald Healey owned in conjunction with some other motor companies. The hyphenated name is, while the Healey Motor Company built the body, the Austin Motor Company actually built the engine, which is why it's called an Austin Healey. The first was shown at the London Auto Show. I think it's called the Royal Earl Courts Auto Show. It was in 1952. And like many of the cars in Europe that were roadsters, this is one of the cars and the style of cars that actually motivated Corvette or Chevrolet to build the Corvette, because servicemen and women, but particularly men at that time, were bringing these cars back with them as imports to the United States. And Chevrolet realized that there was a real market for two-seat sports cars, and they seized upon the opportunity. This 100 is unique because it is an M. Austin Healey did road race in Sebring and Le Mans, and they had what was called a 100S. And similar to NASCAR, where the mantra was for racing, if you won on Sunday, you sold on Monday. Austin Healey also realized that their success in Europe racing the 100S gave them an opportunity to produce a limited number of 100M cars, which were street version reproductions of that 100S.
Tell us about this hood.
So, the very first Austin Healeys up and through this year, which is 1956, all of them had a folding windscreen. And the purpose of the windscreen fold was to improve the aerodynamics for racing. After this model year, they went from the 100 to the 106, which went from what is now in this car an almost 3-liter 4-cylinder engine to an almost 3-liter 6-cylinder engine, hence the 106. As time progressed for this body style, which they called the Big Healey, they went from the 106 to the 3000, and the 3000 ran until the Austin Healey demise in 1967. And every year from the very first 3000 through the last, they got a little bit more comfortable. They incorporated more creature comforts than certainly this car has. They had roll-up windows and radios and things that kept you warm and dry in the winter and in the rain. Not so much with this car.
This one, I think, it's got an 85 or 84.
I can find the pole. So this is the power plant behind the 100M, and it is a 4-cylinder engine, but it is almost 3 liters. And one of the modifications that set the 100M apart from the 100s was larger SU carburetors, the addition of the cold air intake box, obviously the louvered hood for keeping the engine cool. When we upgraded or rebuilt the engine, we made no external modifications, but some slight internal modifications to boost the horsepower, slightly more aggressive cam, slightly higher compression than the car was originally built with.
Now, is this standard?
So the straps were part of the 100M package, as was the louvered bonnet,
Okay.
and was added to the car because the 100S had it, and it was used to make sure that the hood stayed down during racing and didn't blow up. Which I always kind of found kind of funny because the hood opens in the opposite direction of the wind shear.
So I suggest that all you ladies out there try to find a car like this. It's just our size. It works really great. Thanks for watching the video.
US Classic Muscle Cars wants to know, what's your favorite kit car?